With stars banned from a promotion and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Talking about signing with WWE, JC MATEO, formerly known as Jeff Cobb, told KUAM News, "I still stayed with them for 2 more months after, not under contract, but just as a handshake agreement kind of thing, while my WWE contract was being finalized. It's pretty cool to hear a live reaction, especially for somebody that for my case, I didn't come up through the WWE system. I made a name for myself outside of WWE, so it's always scary when you're gonna debut on WWE and you're kind of like, oh man, I hope the people know who I am." Hearing that reaction firsthand was thank goodness their camera didn't zoom in on my arms, but the goosebumps, it was there for sure. I wanted everything to be right with what I wanted for a contract, Mateo said of WWE's earlier offer. When the company came calling again in late 2024, he made sure his concerns were addressed before signing. "We started talking again back in November of 2024, had a couple Zoom meetings, and they pretty much just said, okay, whatever you want, let's do it." Like the majority of the professional wrestlers, their goal was WWE or WWF or whichever one you remember it as. So for me, I originally had a tryout in 2014. They said no at the time, so I just ventured off into other things. Previously, PW Insider reported that Drew McIntyre was hurt during his match against Damian Priest at Backlash, where McIntyre's head hit the floor when going through a table. Now, McIntyre said this regarding his health, telling the Orlando Sentinel, "I can't turn my head all the way left yet. Working hurt is just what happens if you're an athlete, especially as the years go by. If you're injured, it is something to take care of. Maybe back in the day, we would have taped it up and gone with it. In the past, I have worked with muscle tears and breaks, which isn't the most sensible thing, but the way we operate now, you want to last for the long run." It appears that WrestleMania 42 could be moving from New Orleans to Las Vegas, with Ringside News writing WrestleMania 42 still doesn't have a locked-in home, but Las Vegas is getting real close to sealing the deal. According to PW Insider Elite, WWE and the city of Las Vegas are in advanced talks to bring WrestleMania back to Allegiant Stadium in 2026. While the agreement isn't finalized yet, sources say it's very, very close to being completed. If the deal goes through, WrestleMania 42 would take place the weekend of April 18th and 19th, 1 week later than the original dates that were announced for New Orleans before WWE pulled the plug on that plan. WWE is yet to issue a formal statement, but the signs are pointing towards Vegas reclaiming the spotlight. The city hosted WrestleMania 41 earlier this year, and by all accounts, it delivered both in spectacle and revenue. That success reportedly helped sway WWE's new leadership to consider running it back. Originally, WrestleMania 42 was set for April 11th and 12th in New Orleans, with The Rock even helping unveil the Superdome as the official venue earlier this year. Then, without much warning, WWE pulled out. A joint statement from WWE and the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation simply said the show would move from the currently scheduled 2026 timeframe to a future year. While WWE hasn't made a final call, Vegas looks like it's back on top, with Allegiant Stadium ready to host again if the final pieces fall into place. Jonathan Coachman said this regarding the potential move.
2 emergency takes in one day. This one, I am speaking directly to all of those people on Twitter who just commented on my last post. The tens of thousands of you that said, "Coach, we've had WrestleMania back-to-back venues in the same place before." Really? You're going to go back 30 years, 40 years? What about New Orleans? Can you imagine the Super Bowl saying to Detroit, "Hey, Detroit, we're taking the Super Bowl away, but guess what? You get the Pro Bowl instead." Do you like that? I'll give New Orleans a lot of credit. They're saying all the right things. We're trying to work with our relationship with TKO. Well, let me tell you this. I have friends who still work at the WWE. I went to 16 WrestleManias. I've had to experience it. Plus, I currently work with people who worked WrestleMania this year in Las Vegas. And you know the feedback I got? It was a nightmare logistically. To get across town in some times of the day was 2 to 3 hours just to try to go to the fan fest. And then I got to get over here to the roast. There's a lot of reasons that TKO is doing this. None of them is for the fans. So please stop thinking that they are. Right now, it doesn't make a lot of sense. End hot take.
Going over how AEW talent are not allowed to perform in AAA after WWE acquired the Mexican promotion, Ringside News noted that the WWE AAA merger just took another major turn, and this time AEW is officially out of the picture. According to Fightful Select, AEW talent will no longer appear in AAA moving forward. While AEW's presence in the Mexican promotion was already minimal in recent months, this decision makes it official. The report noted that even though it was a formality and rarely happened, AEW talent will not appear in AAA moving forward. Jeff Jarrett showed up in AAA a number of months ago. This development follows WWE's acquisition of a controlling 51% stake in AAA through TKO Group Holdings, a move that is rapidly reshaping the entire Mexican wrestling landscape. The acquisition is expected to close in the third quarter of 2025, and WWE's influence is already being felt behind the scenes. Conan recently confirmed on the Keeping It 100 podcast that WWE is implementing its own system within AAA, saying they'll be trained almost like if we went to WWE and worked there, we could know their whole system, right? That's the plan. They're also going to show everybody their system. They're going to show us, he said. So basically, we'll be trained almost like if we went to WWE and worked there. Meanwhile, WWE's legal team has been navigating complex intellectual property issues tied to AAA's brand. A report from Lex Latin confirmed that a large part of the acquisition centers around AAA's trademarks, copyrights, and character portfolio, with several assets currently involved in ongoing litigation. As part of the deal, existing AAA contracts are also being phased out. Super Lucha's editor Ernesto Ocampo explained the reasoning behind WWE opting to replace them. Those contracts are of no use to WWE, as WWE's contracts are legally distinct and include multiple provisions and clauses, such as exclusivity, intellectual property rights, and termination conditions that AAA's do not address or enforce. WWE's strategy is clear: consolidate control, restructure the operation, and bring AAA in line with their global model. That includes keeping rival companies like AEW far away from any shared platform. With AEW now blocked from AAA and WWE putting its stamp all over the promotion's future, one thing is certain: this isn't just a partnership, it's a takeover. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.